Okay, so the next phase of this build will be the white parts of the Victory Gundam. And as you can see here, I spent a tremendous amount of time putting all these parts, all the white parts, on toothpicks. Normally I don't use toothpicks for putting, parts on, preparing parts for painting. But considering the vast number of parts and how small they are, didn't seem to be a logical choice to use this for something as small as that. Plus, some techniques, of course, that I've decided to utilize that didn't require me to use a much more amount of toothpicks, like something like this. This is actually the armor of the arm, where I put a little putty inside and I put the toothpick right through it, so that way it allows me not only to save the amount of toothpicks I put on, but it also allows me to equally spray the amount of primer and paint on top of the part. So I got a lot of them here. Some of the bigger ones, as you can see, I put them on the clips, but I had to do it because it wasn't feasible for me to actually put on the putty on these parts at the top. So I thought it must probably be more better to do it this way. What was I going to say? Oh, there's the gun parts that I prepared in the previous video, so it's all back there. So I will spray paint it with a primer, and I thought it was I was prepared to spray paint all these colors blue, TS15. However, when I went to the hobby store and I guess I was looking at other paints, I kind of said to myself, you know what, I think I'll probably use this one. And I know not too many people are crazy about what I do, especially the techniques I like to do. I was originally going to do this a while back. I was originally planning on spraying all this, the chrome silver. But since I've inverted the color in a way, I am going to do it blue. But I decided to pick up this bottle, which is TS19 metallic blue. And it has a nice little shine to it. I had deep metallic blue, which I used on my Drac. That came out really nice. But for this, I'm going to use this paint. Seems to be fair enough. I'm slowly segueing into doing metallic based painting like I did in the past. And I've been thinking about one specific kit in mind that's coming soon that I may do this. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that at another time. So basically, I'm not going to show you this kit primed. I'm going to show it to you when it's colored. So this is before painting, and here it is now, all painted metallic blue. And as you can see, came out pretty good. Pretty good. Let me give you an example here. And I did the same concept, is of course painting it once, maybe like give it 2-3 passes, and then giving it another 2-3 passes afterwards as it's drying. This is the part of the leg. This part of the leg came out pretty good. I used it as a benchmark for all the other parts. So I put it right next to it, saying, like, let's say I took this guy here, put it right next to it, and if it was okay, fine. If it was a little too light, I gave it a second pass on this part, of course. And I did that for every part that you see here. I did it to all the parts up to the point where I ran out of blue. And even though these are for the Gundam version, the Victory Gundam version of the kit, I didn't get a chance to do the same thing with the core booster. So I'm gonna have to repeat this process again, but I'm not gonna show it to you guys, for the core booster. And it's very limited, of course, but I still have to remove all these guys from its parts and put the other set on. And then, of course, I have to get myself another spray can of metallic blue. Some of these are repeats for the head. Like you'll get 2 heads, of course, 4 sets of wings, because there's 2 core fighters that I'm gonna have to do this on. Looking at the colors here, I have to be careful which one I'm going to probably use on. I'm waiting for. They're all dry. I just want to give it another pass of top coat so I can seal in the paint. And that way I don't have to worry about the scratchings of these parts. The beam rifle itself, since I already took one out of the core booster, I was gonna. I don't have any more airbrush. I don't have any more spray paints for metal. Or actually, don't have any spray paints for gunmetal. But I use metallic black, kind of like what I used on the Dark Titus kit that I made this year. Yeah, the metallic black came out pretty good. So I'm pretty much liking how it looks. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's alright. I think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty much done with these. I won't show this to you guys, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bypass me, recording the painting of the charcoal colors, which is going to be painted silver. And then I'm just going to go into the assembly of the V Gundam. Alright, now we're going to be assembling the Victory Gundam. And as you can see, all my parts have been dried up. And like I mentioned before, I spray painted the charcoal parts the silver. Just give it a pass because charcoal and silver somehow conforms pretty well. So it looks okay. I'm seeing that it's going to come out pretty good. However, you're going to see some things that it's going to annoy me. And I'll explain that while we assemble this kit. It's pretty much a lot of parts for this. We'll begin with this part here. As I always do, I try to pre-assemble the parts before I paint. So with that, I thought I put to the side a part here. Out here. Okay, so we have the under fuselage here that goes like that, as you see. And then we have this one, but don't put this one, yeah, you can put it on now, but I wouldn't recommend it. You want this one here, the red trim. And this snaps into place like so. Flip back up like that, which it says right there in the instructions. And then apply the charcoal part here. So that's taken care of. We have one of the necks, because it gives you 2 heads. We have the gold trim that goes under this. Okay, can you get in there, please? Actually, no. I think I did it wrong. No, almost did it wrong. It has to go the opposite direction. There we go. It's a pain in the ass to get in there. Come on. Don't. There we go. Then we have a thruster here that I think goes like that. Yeah, it goes like this. There we go. So you have that little part right there. Then we have this part here, which I am not going to put the pilot. I don't know why I'm going to say that, but I'm not going to put the pilot in this. I find it a waste of time considering that I didn't paint it, and I'm not going to paint a little figure. I've painted it once before, little pilots, but today no. Today I just want to get this kit done. So we got the blue trim part that goes under here, and then we have the clear canopy that goes there. Now this one, was it this one? No, wrong one. This one I had to assemble together so I can spray paint the whole thing. But I'm going to take it apart and then taking this part here. This is a little tricky. You want to take this part, put it in there in the slot right there, and then you want this one. It goes to the top. Actually no, I did it reverse. Yep, sorry. Let's try that again. So there you have this. Connect that here. You have this. Connect it there. It is a bit loose, but once you put these two on, it should not be a problem. Come on, get in there. There we go. There's a little bit of putty, sticky putty there. And part of the gold didn't get painted, but probably won't see that if you assemble the head. Put this on top of this, so it looks like this. Then we take the back trim, carefully. It has to go like that. There we go, like that. And then you have these gold trim parts that goes like there. Now the front part, I think I mentioned to you guys, they give you a lot of these, and I painted one set of gold and one set of blue. I'm going to put the blue on, and I'll show you the gold later on. So I'm going to put these two on like that. So it looks like this. Once that's assembled, then we have the front gold trim part that goes here. Okay. And then take this assembly. Now you can lift this up and then stick this one in here. There we go. So basically the portion of the core fighter is there, but we'll need to put this part here. And then remember the yellow trims? Carefully stick one in there. carefully stick on the other one. It's kind of hard to do since it's a little tight. And then connect this like so. There you have it. Okay.